Hi friends, today we are going to study the difference between relative and absolute cell referencing. So here we have an example in which in the first column we have employee number, in the second column we have employee names, in the third column we have their basic salaries, next is their house rent allowance, then is their DA, and now we want to calculate their total salary. So we will click in this cell, the address of which is I6, and we'll begin our formula with the equal to sign. Then we will type the cell address of this cell, which is F6, plus the cell address of this cell, which is G6, plus the cell address of this cell, which is F6. And finally we'll press enter to see our total. In the same way, we can construct the formula over here for the next cell, or we can just copy the formula down. So let us see what has happened over here. In the first cell, we began by giving the formula F6 plus G6 plus H6. But as we copied the formula down, it changed to F7 to G7 plus H7. The next cell became F8 plus G8 plus H8. The next F9 plus G9 plus H9. And the same continued till the last cell where it became F15 plus G15 plus H15. This way in which Excel copies the formula through which the cell addresses get changed automatically is called as relative cell referencing. And the major advantage of this is that if you make changes in any of these cell addresses, the result would automatically be reflected in this column. Let's assume that the salary of John Drago is 29,500 and we reduce the dearness allowance by 500 rupees, making it to 1500 rupees. So on pressing enter, see how these figures will change. And all this is happening just because of what we call it as the relative cell referencing. Had this relative cell referencing not been there, and we would have just copied that same formula F6 plus G6 plus H6 everywhere, then the same result 22,500 would have been seen here, which is wrong. And that is why Excel has a default feature of copying, which is called as relative cell referencing. Now let us see what is absolute cell referencing. So let's assume that we want to calculate 10% of total salary and write it over here. So we begin the formula with the equal to sign. Then we click here, which is I6 multiplied by the upper cell value, which is J5, and we hit enter. So the 10% of 22,500 is 2,250, which is correct. Now let us see what happens as we copy the formula down. So as you might have guessed, it will copy the formula relatively, and so you get some strange results. So let us see what went wrong over here. So in this cell address, the formula is I6 into J5. But as you copy the formula down, it gets relatively changed to I7, which is this cell, multiplied by J6, which is this cell. And that's why you get the strange result. So what we want to do now, and we would like to correct this formula, is that I would like to multiply all these values by 10% only. So let us see how we do that. So we begin with equal to, we give this cell address multiplied by the upper cell address which we want to make it fixed, and so we just press the F4 key. The F4 key puts a dollar sign before and after the cell addresses, and which locks the cell address, and which means that as we copy the formula, this cell value will remain fixed, that is J5 will be fixed. So now we copy the formula down, and now we get the correct results. So let's investigate into the formula. In this cell the formula is I6 into J5. In this cell the formula is I7 again into J5. In this it is I8 into J5, and so on. So this way of cell referencing is in which you don't want the formula to be changed relatively, but you want the cell address to be fixed, is called as absolute cell referencing. So friends, hope you have understood the difference between absolute and relative cell referencing, and that is the base for understanding macros. Thank you friends, and have a great day ahead.